Hello everyone, my name is Yasmin and welcome to my channel. I am a cross stitcher and multi-crafter, and I'm also a cross stitch designer. My designs are under Yasmin's Made with Love. Welcome you all. It's been, I think, almost a month, definitely over 3 weeks since I've recorded last, and I have quite a lots of things to show you. So I'm not going to be waffling for too long, because nothing really, exciting happened, with exception to last weekend when I attended Stitch in London retreat. But I will split this video into two parts, which means the first one will be all about my stitching in the month of October, and then the second part will be all about Stitch in London. So then you get to choose which part you want to watch first, or or you can just skipping accordingly, with and watch whatever you fancy. So I'm a little bit lost because it's been a while since I recorded a video. Although I am recording like weekly video for for my Patreon content, this is completely different thing. However, month of October, it is my month. It is my birthday month. I had a great time with my family. I went away for the one day. We went to Southend to have a lovely time, having a ride and this amusement park on a seafront. So that was pretty fun. We went to bowling and hand cake and dinner, so there was a big deal. I actually made sure that it's going to be a big deal because I kept reminding my family about my birthday, I think 2 weeks before my actual birthday. So there was no chance that any of them is going to forget or is not going to organize anything. I had such a great time. I also received so many wonderful gifts from my stitchy friends, but also from my family, and I would love to say massive thank you to everyone who sent me a message, email, sent me a virtual postcard for my birthday. Thank you so much, everything. It's been so greatly appreciated. And of course my lovely friends Kim and Charlie, they took this to another level and they have stitched for me some wonderful gifts. And this is my beautiful Charlie, who stitched for me this F is for Friends. And again, I have forgotten. I remember this morning who was it by, but now I forgot. I will put down below on the screen who is it by. But I absolutely love it. It is beautifully finished with Charlie logo on it as well. This gift wasn't traveling alone. There was a few other goods included, socks and kits and chocolate and so many beautiful gifts. Thank you so much. And I've also received a gift from Kim, which is funny enough because I had it kitted up and I was really looking for a time to stitch it, but now I don't have to because she stitched this for me. This is Plum Street Samplers, and again I don't remember the name, but she included the pins and it was a ribbon with it, and those I don't know how they are called, those little like a bow pins with an owls. So gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. So thank you so much, girls. I am absolutely blown away by your generosity. I also received a gift from my daughter, which was handmade by her, and this is the first gift she actually made for me. I mean, she did for me embroidery before, but I think this is completely different level. She has been really into a diamond painting, and I think she must involve her dad into this project, because they got this wonderful kit, diamond painting design, and she's been working on it secretly for a little while until she spilled the bin and she said, oh, I'm working on something for you for your birthday. So when I was away, so she did not finish for my actual birthday weekend. However, when I was in a Stitch in London weekend, last week. She worked like a crazy long hours just to make sure that everything will be done by the time I will return on Sunday, and she did, and she diamond painted for me these beautiful gnomes. I mean, this is absolutely incredible. The only thing is she trimmed all of this white border which was around because she wasn't sure if that's necessary. So this might be a little bit tricky to frame, but I will do my very best to frame this properly so I can have this out from September until Christmas time, because this is absolutely incredible. If you are a diamond painter, you know how much time and effort it takes. It's the same for comparison. It would be the same like you would stitch a full coverage of this design. So I am absolutely blown away by her commitment and how much time, effort and love she put into it. Gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. Okay, what else? I have got a list because it's been so long since I've recorded, and so many things has, you know, I've done so many things and I'm not quite sure, you know, which one I showed you already, which one not. So I made a list just to be sure. And the final birthday present, it was from my husband, and he got for me this small DMC chest which came with the assortment of DMCs, and I was blown away because, you know, just to be, you know, quite frank, my husband is terrible at buying gifts. So this year he actually did the right thing, and he asked me what would I want for my birthday. And at the time I didn't want anything because, you know, like I don't really, you know, I'm not a gadget person. I don't really needed anything else. I had charts, I had fabric, I had flosses. So I said, I don't want anything. However, a few days later, I did see then the DMC has announced a giveaway for, I think, 150 years of being on the market, and they were offering one of those chests. And I was like, oh, what are the chances that I'm actually gonna win it? So I said to my husband, could you get me the small one? And then actually he said, could I will get you the small one if you really want to for your birthday. And I said, yes, please. So he ordered for me. It came very quickly, and since then I have been, you know, looking at it every day, and I organize my DMCs, you know, accordingly to the colors. Whoops. And I am really, really, really chuffed about that. So this was those were all of my birthday gifts from my stitchy friends and from my family. I also get some lovely coat from my older son and other goods, but I'm not gonna be showing you them. And I also did quite lots of crafting, and everything was inspired because of this chest. And I used to, I mean, if you've been here for a while, you know, I have got this kind of like a hook when I hanged my spare DMCs or all the fancy flosses. However, this is not the greatest solution because, you know, dust stays on the flosses, and, you know, and also the sun sometimes, you know, directly beams on them. So I just kind of feel like it's not the greatest solution for my threads. So I was inspired by my DMC chest, and of course by my lovely friend Charlie, who posted a little like an Instagram story where she shared her gift she received from someone, and it was hand painted and hand decorated wooden box, and she decided that she is going to use this box to store her flosses. And I was like, what a wonderful idea. So I borrowed this idea and I painted my own boxes. Some of them, I mean, one of them is fully finished, two of them are in the kind of process because you know, I didn't have plenty of time to actually finish them all, but I finished one. And I bought boxes from The Works in the UK, which are relatively inexpensive. This size box I paid £6, and it is a completely untreated wood. So I first I did a base coat with with a white gesso just to kind of seal it. You could use paint, but I wanted to use gesso. And then on top of that, I've used wood paint, which I had leftovers from the front door. I was painting over summer holidays. So this one is in a shade of chocolate. And then I drew with the white Posca pen design, which is, if you know my style, this is my summer bouquet from, you know, my cross stitch design. So I decided to recreate this design and paint it on the top of my box. It is a little bit wonky over here because it's been a really long time since I've painted last, but I've enjoyed very, very much to decorate my box. On inside, I lined it with the wrapping paper. So again, you could use either fabric, but I thought that the wrapping paper would be very easy and quicker to do. I also have got a video on my channel which shows you how I paint and how I finish the boxes on the inside. So I'm gonna link it just in case if you would like to check it for yourself. But in this box, I have got all of my DMC, which are from, you know, projects I previously worked, and they are color coordinated. So if I design or if I want to stitch something, I just go to my box and I can find everything really, really easily. And also, you know, this is quite decorative box as well, so you know, it really brings the charm to my tiny corner of my bedroom. So this is the first box I finished. I have got second box, which is all painted around, however and is finished on inside as well. And in this box I am storing all of my Classic Color Works threads, and I will still need to paint something on the top, and I think I will be painting some of the I think one of the bird from my design, which is the pigeon surrounded by leaves. So this is what I want to paint on this box. And then I have got two other boxes, which this one is going to be a little bit easier because I only will be painting the top, because this one is really, really lovely. So I'm just going to paint the top, and this will be for my Roxy Flosco flosses, and I absolutely loved doing this. So this is my, you know, birthday DIY as well. During month of October, I not only crafted, painted, cross-stitched, I've also knit. I really get hang of knitting. Of course, I'm not very advanced, so my patterns are not really, you know, like wow. I am still using the simple, you know, garnet stitch and you know, the basic one, the basic. I'm not quite, I still don't know you know, what are the names. I need to work on my glossary for my knitting. But I have finished one. I finished the scarf, not the shawl, which I was doing for quite a few weeks. It is very simple, you know, with a garnet stitch and two colored, and of course it's not blocked yet, but I'm gonna do this in the next few days. And of course I'm gonna be wearing this like that. Of course it's kind of, it sticks out and it curls at the sides, but you know, once it's properly prepared and you know the ends are woven, I think it's going to look pretty cool. So this is one of my shawl. It's really small, obviously, but you know, it was my first made, so I am really proud of it. I've also started a scarf. This scarf, firstly, I started with using a cable. However, as I was kind of progressing with my cable, I did see then the edges started to kind of curl, which is not a big deal because, you know, when you block it, it will kind of come back to its proper shape. However, I think I didn't cast enough stitches, so the scarf was kind of really thin, and that's not what I wanted to do. So I unraveled everything and I started again with just a simple stitch, which is everything from one side. and I am knitting this in 2 colors, so chocolate and yellow, and I've used up how many, four bows for it. So I have got yellow, brown, then yellow again, and then I'm working on a final piece which is brown, and this is going to be a really long scarf. That's the way I like them. So during my oh gosh, I hopefully my stitches didn't slip. So during the winter I will have this colorful, really warm and soft scarf. So this is basically how much I need to do. So I need to finish this ball in order to completely finish my scarf. The only thing what I am not happy about this yarn, I don't know, like if you are a knitter, you probably could answer this question. I don't know if when they, you know, wind the yarn, if something has ends, they have to knot it somehow or join it together in order to make you know, particular quantity, because as per now, not on the yellow but on the brown, they are joined like in quite few places, like they are from leftovers, and you can really see those little places when the 2 yarns were tied together, and it really bothers me, and I'm not quite sure how to deal with it. So tell me, what would be your advice? I was kind of thinking if I could, like, you know, seal it with the lighter, but then again I'm not sure. I don't know. What would you do? Or is it a normal thing then yarn has got so many knots throughout the entire, you know, ball? This is like 200 gram, so throughout the entire 200 gram on one of the ball there were like quite few joints, and now I'm thinking, you know, it was maybe like a reject or leftover, I'm not quite sure, but I bought this as a brand new yarn, so I'm not quite sure. Maybe I was just unlucky with the ball. I also started a new knitting project, and this is from the yarn I bought from So Happy Creative. I showed you on my previous video, and I am knitting infinity scarf, and of course my cable is a little bit short, so you cannot really see how long it is, how big it is, because everything is bunched up. I don't have a long enough needle. However, I am using again the very simple everything knit on one side method all the way around, and then I have got stitch mark where the 2 ends join, so I know then this is another round. So I have got 2 of those bows, and I would like to have this tall at least 7 inches, so I still have got a little bit to go, but I like to take this with me everywhere I go, and I like train or anywhere, like doctor appointments or anywhere when I know that I would be waiting for a little while. I take this with me, and I am able to do 2 or 3 rows, and it is really fun. I worked on it a little bit more on the way to Stitch in London when I was in the car, so I was chatting with my husband and I was knitting away, and this is really fun project. So now let's talk about cross stitch, because I have been cross stitching also a lot. If you watched my previous video, you know that my plan was to stitch for pleasure. The month was dedicated to, you know, to myself, and stitch anything I wanted to, instead of, you know, working on models or my own designs. So actually I did pretty well. So I finished 2 projects, fully finished them. One, it is my project, but I had to finish for Stitch in London to make sure that I can take model with me, and I finished the Christmas ride. Absolutely love it. It is really red, but since it is stitched on 32 count petite point, it really looks wintry and Christmassy with all of this kind of, you know, dots symbolizing the snow. I've also used a DMC Diamond Grant, which is like the metallic thread. It's much easier to handle than the other DMC metallic, but it's still not the best one. I couldn't get the Krainik, so that's why I've used the DMC. But you know, when it comes to metallic, everyone has got own preferences, so that's really can be really easily substituted. This design calls for gentle art, flosses, and few DMCs, and I think 1 or 2 classic color works. I really love it. So this is the second from the series of seasonal rides. So previously you had the Halloween ride, and this is a Christmas ride. Really love it. The chart is available now in print and also as a PDF. I've also finished Miss Scissors, and this is kit from Nitka Moscow collaboration with Barbara Anna. Sadly, it is not available outside of Russia, and you know, I'm not quite sure when this can be available to anybody else, but I have used all the materials which were included in the kit, which is the linen, flax, by Zweigart, and all called for DMCs. This is gorgeous. I am going to be framing this exactly like the rest of my Barbara Anna on this wall. However, the frame is out of stock at this moment, so once it returns to stock, I will frame it again. Now I have got few other projects I worked on. I started Meloka Designs kit, which I purchased previously and I showed you on the video. So this is a bee mandala, and I am using materials included in the kit, which is 14 count Ada and DMCs. The needle minder is also from Meloka Designs. Absolutely love it. So I have got wing to finish, the bottom bum, and then repeat the wing on the other side, and this is going to be ready. This is such a lovely and quick stitch. Absolutely enjoy stitching on it. Then also in October I've started let me bring the chart a little bit closer. I also started Heart in Hand bird sampler, bluebird sampler, and I'm not sure if I showed you this again, but I've started this and I really was hoping to finish the same day, but I've started few other things. So this is how much I have done, and I'm stitching this with Classic Colorworks Blacksmith Blue on 32 count fabric flare vintage white. So this is how much I have done. They called for in here, what is the color blue they asking for? This is Chesapeake Bay and blue gray bead, but the beads are included in the chart, but I'm not still sure if I will be using any. I've also worked on Remembrance Sampler by Ancient Saga Designs, Shazida, and this is on 32 count vintage white fabric flare with DMC 3777. So I am 50% done. Really beautiful design. And needle minder again is from Meloka Designs. I have got my Meloka Designs needle minders all displayed here, plus some other needle minders which are mainly for decorative purposes, because when I stitch I mainly use Meloka Designs needle minders. Now this is my start in October, part of my birthday with Barbara Anna hashtag, and this is Gothic Light. I'm gonna include a picture over here because I have only chart, or maybe if I flash the chart for you. no, I don't know where it is now. It's far away, I can't reach it, but I will include a picture. It is by Barbara Anna, and I am stitching this on called for fabric, which is it is grey splash. I'm not sure what is it properly called, and I am using most of called for DMCs and with some substitution to those kind of light yellows. But I absolutely love this design, and this stitched up very, very quickly as well. And again, the scissor needle minder is from Meloka Designs. Really worried, and this video is going to be a super long. That's what happened when I record video once a month or once every 3 weeks. Another new start. It is a kit I purchased from Owl Forest Embroidery years back, before there were. So I decided to start working on another you know, another kit. I have finished 2. So I have got Father Mushroom, and then the Swamp Witch, and this time I am working on Baba Yaga, and I absolutely love this. This is Zweigart fabric, or Belfast, I think Belfast linen, and all called for flosses from Owl Forest Embroidery, which were included in the kit. This also comes with the needle minder and chart, like one massive chart, and then each of the element or like section of the chart is being split into individual kind of elements, so it's easy to stitch. I absolutely love this. So I did pretty much, I would say 60%, because now I need to just repeat the 2 more sides, and then there is like a little tree in this corner, and I will be done. I absolutely love this. I have got 2 more kits to go through, but you know, we'll see when. I've got some rubbish in here. Now, this is project which is one of the oldest. I think it's from 2021, and this project, this chart, has kindly given to me by Michelle Mama Loves UGB. I think after she has finished hers completely, I asked if I can buy it off her, but she actually just sent it to me. So this is the Quaker Sampler III with my needle. And I am stitching this on 16 count Ada, which I coffee and tea dye with additional, you know, teaspoon of turmeric to get this kind of yellowish mustardy color. And I am stitching this with 1 strand of DMC 310 over 2. So I think it's 1/3. I'm 1/3 done. Of course, I would love to have it finished this year, but this actually stitched up pretty quickly on my birthday when we were going to Southend. So from where I live to Southend is about hour 10 minutes, hour 15 minutes a drive. Of course, depends of traffic, but it's not longer than that. So during this time, I've managed to finish this medallion, start another medallion, and work on those little, like the butterfly and those little kind of elements, and I finish this side of the flower. So it's stitched up really, really quickly. It's full of mistakes. It is full of mistakes, but you know what? You can tell. I know where they are, but you know, 6 months from now I won, so it doesn't really matter. Love it. I've also worked on a project which I've started last year. It meant to be my husband and I wedding sampler, like wedding anniversary sampler, but I did not finish. So I am aiming to finish this for this November. 21st November is my husband and I anniversary of being together, of like 15 years of 15 years anniversary, so I want to finish this. And this is Birds to the Bow by Lindy Stitches, and I am stitching this on 32 count buttermilk fabric flare linen with Tom and Lily Creation flosses, and I absolutely love this. This is gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous project. Wonderful, very colorful, love it. And the final project I've worked on, it was my new start as well. I mean, it was restart more like, because I started this project before, but the fabric I previously used was really mottled, and I kind of felt like the design is lost amongst all of this mottling and colors. So I restarted this again, and this is the spring cut. I'm going to show you from far, from Barbara Anna, and I am stitching this on this with all called for DMCs on 32 count pink, I think it's Murano Splash, and this is how much I have done. This is gorgeous project. I will be stitching sorry, someone just sent me a message. I will be stitching this as a one piece with the summer cut, which I also own. So once I finish the spring cut next to it, it's going to be a summer cut. And I'm only hoping then sometimes, you know, in the future, Barbara Anna will release the autumn cut and winter cut. So then I would stitch them together as well. But I absolutely love this project. It is gorgeous. I also tonight will be starting the Clio, which was the stitch along this month. However, I wasn't following along. I like to stitch when I have got either 2 or 3 parts already released, so I can really place my fabric, my project rightly on the fabric, and I can, you know, stitch a chunk. So since the design is out now, I downloaded, you know, everything all together. So I will be starting this tonight, and I will be using called for DMCs. I also am waiting for the part 2 of the mystery stitch along by Meloka Designs, although I know what it is because I've already, you know, opened my mystery needle minder, so I know what animal it is. Again, I will be waiting for the part 2, and I'm hoping then, you know, part 2 will be somewhere close the first part, because I really find it tricky to place the part on my fabric, although there is included the whole placement. But I just, you know, I very often, that's where I make mistake. I just place the, you know, the released part in the wrong place, and then I either have got not enough margin, or it just doesn't look right, it doesn't look centered. So that's basically what I have been up to with all of my stitching for the month of October. I also had a giveaway which to celebrate 2 years of being on Flosstube. It's absolutely unbelievable. I have you know, stayed strong and consistent 2 years on Flosstube. I was able to build this incredible community of stitches. I made wonderful friends. My channel had an opportunity to grow. I have been shout out and recommended by so many big names, you know, amongst you know, Flosstube community and stitches. So I am extremely privileged. Thank you so much. You know, also fact that being on you know, YouTube, it really allowed me to you know, do the things which I am doing now, which is designing. So definitely I had a wonderful 2 years of being on Flosstube. So I was giving away a few charts, and I have this morning drawn the winners. So I am going to just show you who is the winner of what. So the Tree of Life is congratulations to Ali Bali Bees. Then we've got Witch's Love. It is won by Lynn Johnson. Then Uniqueness of Others, won by Elizabeth Aston. Love Makes Everything Easy, Denise D828. Pisanki, the folk Easter eggs, is by Maureen Lopez. Easter folk bed, won by Wilma Elwood. Valentine folk bed is won by Lisa Schultz. Then Spring folk bed is won by Country Girl 854. And that's all. So if you are one of the winner, please email me at Yasmin'sMadewithLove@gmail.com with your address, so I can post this to you as soon as possible. Alternatively, you can DM me through the Instagram direct message. And this is all of the stitching and crafting. I have got a little bit of haul I would love to share with you, and I have got some shout out as well. So maybe I do the shout outs first. First of all, I would love to welcome Kim, the Stitchy Squirrel, to the Flosstube community. She finally put her big girl pants on and she recorded her very first Flosstube video, and I am really proud of her because I know how nerve-wracking, you know, it was for her and how stressed and nervous she was, but I think she has done a wonderful job. Her projects are magnificent. She is I don't think so, maybe I'm being mistaken, but I don't think then so that Kim has got like a particular theme of projects. She works on a variety of projects. She does lots of fancy ladies. She stitches quite a lot of autumnal designs, floral designs, and also she stitches my models. So definitely please go to Kim's channel, subscribe to it, show her some love, show her how wonderful and encouraging and enabling the cross stitch community is. The second shout out is for Tetianka, which is under heritage stitching. Tetianka originally is from Ukraine. However, she has been living in the multiple places in the world. She lived in New York, she lived in Philadelphia, she lived in somewhere else. Currently she lives in Milan, Italy. She studied on the university, I think, doctor veterinarian. Absolutely wonderful channel. Her channel is split in between variety of themes because she stitches lots of traditional Ukrainian vyshyvanka, which is those hand embroidery dresses, kaftans, absolutely incredible. But she also stitches lots of American cross stitches, like blackbirds and, you know, Brenda Jovet. So pretty, you know, all of those beautiful North American designs we know so very well. But she also stitches lots of European designs as well. And if you watch her channel, you know, you could, you know, I literally binged Tetianka's channel for a few days until I was completely caught up with everything. Her style is beautiful. When she talks about stitching, especially when she talks about her, you know, Ukrainian style of stitching, reminds me so much of Poland, of home, or how I grew up and how we were using embroidery or cross stitch. And you know, the traditions and customs she talks about is so similar to Poland as well. So I kind of feel like we've got so much in common, and I really truly recommend for you to go and check Tetianka out. And that's my shout outs for this week. Oh, now let's go to haul, because I have found some gems. I mean, first of all, I am not a fancy lady stitcher. I have never stitched fancy ladies. I've never beaded anything. None of my project has beads on. Or maybe that's a lie, but that's, you know, maybe for like scatter here and there. But I have never actually stitched a fancy lady, and I know nothing about the fancy ladies. However, one day I was taking my children to school, and on the main road, on High Street, there is a shop called Oxfam, which is a charity shop, but it is kind of more posh charity shop, because everything is organized and everything is beautifully, you know, displayed, and it's clean, so you don't actually rummage through the stuff. Everything is beautifully displayed, like you would go into a craft shop. So on the window of this shop there was a cross stitch, and I was like, oh, I did see that. I think it is a big deal. It was a fancy lady, professionally framed, stitched with all called for flosses and the beads, and it turns out it was lavender and lace Celtic lady. I think it's spring. Sorry for the glare. I mean, this is gorgeous, and it cost me £20. So I mean, someone has stitched this in 2005. There is no any other information about who stitched it, and you know, and when it ended up in a charity shop. But it is gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Of course, I'm not going to be, you know, hang this anywhere in my house, because it doesn't really go with anything what I do. But I definitely will be treasure this, because it is wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful, and the stitching on this is impeccable. It's absolutely perfect. So this is my first purchase. Then I have been shopping on Roxy Flosco website. I mean, Evertold, and of course they carry Roxy Flosco flosses, and I get a chance to work with them, you know, in my own designs which are coming, but also in my personal stitching, and they are gorgeous. So as a part of my birthday, you know, spending, my husband gave me a little money, and I blow them in Roxy Flosco for Roxy flosses, and I bought a lot. I bought really a lot, because they are absolutely gorgeous. I'm not gonna go one by one, because there is like over 100 shades, but they are absolutely wonderful, and I look forward to use them for my designs and my personal stitching. They are absolutely gorgeous. I've also shopped in Patchwork Rabbit, because I needed some fabric, and the fabric on the whim is one of my favorite for my models. So I bought something which I already had, because I belong to the Fabric of the Month Club, coordinated by Patchwork Rabbit, and the fabric in this club is Fiber on the Whim. I think this makes sense what I've said. So I bought cappuccino, 32 count. I bought some more of brown sugar, and I bought some more of brick, 32 count, and I bought some more of affogato. So although I have them already, because they came, you know, with previous months, but I really love them, so I got some more. I also bought some free cuts, and this is linen Belfast. Shame they don't include a name on the packaging, but I think this is pearl and this is flax. So I bought 2 packs of flax. Yeah, so I bought 2 packs of flax. I also purchased Picture This Plus T-Doll Edinburgh 36 count. I do apologize, I'm not gonna be taking them off from the packaging, because then they will all get messed up. And this is 32 count doubloon casual. And I also bought Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine because I wanted Barbara Anna design, which is here. Of course, there is a plenty of wonderful autumnal stitches, but I really wanted this one, and I love it. I used to had an online subscription, so whatever I wanted from the magazine I already printed out, but this is the first time that I actually bought a physical copy, and it's wonderful. I think that's what I will be doing from now on. I just will be purchasing the physical copy from Patchwork Rabbit whenever they have got available, because it's really lovely. It's beautifully printed on the good quality paper, and it smells, I really love the smell of paper. I also shopped in a what is it called, in Creative Nostalgia. I think it's Creative Nostalgia. I was shopping for the Button and Beads, the Mill Hill kits, because I really would love to give it a go. And this is Midnight Owl, and this is I Drive a Stick. So this is going to be my debut stitching Mill Hill kits. During the retreat, Stitch in London, Michelle has led on the really wonderful Mill Hill finishing class, and since I really wanted to go, but since I didn't have anything Mill Hill, or I didn't have any kind of beaded ornament, I kind of felt like I'm just not gonna go there to look. So definitely, hopefully Michelle is going to do classes like that online, so I can learn something how to finish it. And I also bought a keepsake calendar for 2024 because I wanted Barbara Anna design for the month of October. I think she designed it with, you know, with intention to give me a birthday present, because, you know, October is my birthday month, and this is the design I am going to stitch. I bought some fabric which is just perfect for this, and then of course it came with this additional instruction booklet with the design and everything. And as a last one, I also bought a few of those little wooden, like the decorations. So I have got some leaves, I have got some autumnal leaves, and this is like pumpkins, and those are pins so they can be pierced through the fabric, and some more pumpkins. And this one came from the Works in the UK. Yeah, so this is pretty much everything what I had for you today. I think I'm gonna record the Stitch in London video separately because it's been already 47 minutes, and I don't think so anybody has got, you know, 2 hours to watch video in one go. So I will see you in my next video all about Stitch in London. Take care for now. Bye bye.